Texture packs can be a great way to spice up your gameplay, but a lot of players don't know what pack to use. So in this video, I'll be giving you guys 25 of the best Skyblock packs out there, including clean, PvP, and even some fantasy packs. Also, don't forget to comment your favorite packs in the comments, please. First, you have the basic vanilla pack. I decided to use it because I wanted a baseline for my comparison. And as you can see, it's not a bad pack, but it's really boring and bland. So unless you really like the basic look of vanilla, I don't recommend using this. Now we have some creator packs, starting from the creator with the most creative minds, 30 Virus. As you can see, this pack looks like someone polished the default vanilla pack. And it's got super clean weapons and blocks. I mean, just look at it. It's ridiculous how clean this looks. The only issue I have with this pack is that some of the animations look absolutely horrible. So if you're a fan of 30 or just want a clean pack, I recommend using this. Next, we have Timedeo's vanilla but better resource pack. Yes, I'm not gonna make fun of him, cause yes. This feels like somebody added a dark mode version to the default texture pack. Like literally, this is the cooler Daniel. So if you're looking for something simple but better than the vanilla pack, I'd recommend choosing this. Next, we have the creator with the best livestream titles, interests. And as you can see, the pack is very mid. The items look cool, so it's slightly better than Deo's pack. But other than that, there's nothing really good about this pack. Also, we have a better version of this pack, so keep watching. Next, we have the Human Lighthouse, Refraction. I'm gonna be using his Prism 16X pack with the cotton candy colors. Now I'm gonna be really biased here, because I've been using this pack for months, and I'm kinda bored of it. But I don't think there's a single pack with cleaner leather armor. So if you think this looks good, you can use it. Also, if you want to check the other color variants, I recommend checking the vid by Looshy. I've linked that vid in the description. Next, we have SpeedSilver, the man who sold his soul for views. Says every salty person within a 12-mile radius. Now I'll be covering two of his packs. First, we have Snowfault, which in my opinion is a much superior version of Interest's pack. It is also really popular among dungeon sweats, as it's bright and clean to look at, unlike the room. But honestly, this is one of my favorite packs in the list. So if you want a texture pack for dungeons, I recommend using this. The next pack we have is Floor 48. And as you can see, it's a very basic pack, as most textures are quite similar to vanilla. And the only thing that's really different is the weapons. But combined with some shaders near a wheat field, it looks pretty good. So if you want a more simplistic PvP pack, I recommend using this. Next, we have a pack by Looshy, who technically made most of the packs on this list. It's called Defrosted, and as you can see, it's similar to Snowfault, but you know, more defrosted. So if you think Snowfault is too bright, I recommend using this pack. Also, from what I know, this is a popular pack among dungeon players, even more than Snowfault. So depending on how bright you want your game to be, you can choose either of them, but I personally prefer Snowfault. Next, we have Midnight by Intel Edits, who doesn't even edit. And technically, it's my fault for choosing the Midnight version of this pack, but I just don't vibe with it. It just feels dark, and compared to Snowfault or Defrosted, this just looks awful. But it's just my personal opinion, and yours may differ. Next, we have a pack from the Skyblock creator with the second most annoying voice. It's called Nico Fruit by Not Nico. I think it has decent item textures, but beyond that, it's mid. But if you like the minimalism in Deo's pack, you might like it. Next, we have a pack by Bombies, and as you can clearly see, it's got the defrosted style to it. Now, it's not a straight ripoff, considering the same person made both of them, and some textures are different, but in the most respectful way possible. All I can say is that it's basically defrosted but worse, in my opinion. Finally, we have a custom techno pack made by Petrolicious. And yeah, it's a basic PvP pack. So if you like how it looks, you can get it. But honestly, I don't use it because it's the best pack ever made. I just like looking at it. Now we have some custom packs that will turn Hypixel Skyblock into a proper MMORPG. Also, from what I know, all of them work as an overlay, so please combine them with Defrosted or Snowfault, cause most of them don't significantly change blocks, and even when they do, it doesn't look that good. Probably the most famous custom pack, we have Furfsky Reborn. It's got cool armor sets, awesome animations, and multiple new item textures. So it's a decent choice for players who want to spice up their gameplay. Next we have Worlds and Beyond, probably the best custom pack out there, in my opinion. It's got the best art and great animations, and in my opinion, it's actually better than Furfsky. Hypixel Plus, in my opinion, is just meh. It doesn't have custom item particles, and it's just a boring custom texture pack. But maybe you prefer packs that don't have custom item animations, then you could maybe want to use this pack. Next we have Vanilla Plus, and I think it's probably a really old pack, cause most of the new items don't even have custom textures, and to put it bluntly, I don't recommend using it. But maybe you could use it by combining it with other texture packs. Next we have RNBW Plus. It's a pretty okay pack in my opinion. It's got cool custom items and some decent animations, but honestly it's not anything special. I'd say it's better than Hypixel Plus, but unless you really like the textures, I'd stick to Worlds and Beyond or Furfsky. Next we have the Hypixel Skyblock pack by PacksHQ, and honestly I think it's similar to Hypixel Plus in terms of meh. The only funny thing about this pack is that the fells are yes. Now let's talk about some clean Skyblock texture packs. First we have Faithful, and it's one of the cleanest packs out there, but it's not available for 1.8.9, so some textures might be a little buggy. Also it can be replaced by 30's pack, so unless you want a longer sword, just use 30's pack. The next pack is probably the cleanest pack out there. It's called Barebones, and combined with decent shaders and an animations mod, you can literally make a Minecraft trailer using this pack. But just like Faithful, it's not available for 1.8.9, and I don't really think this pack is gonna be any fun, cause it just looks too clean. Now I'll be talking about some shaders. First we have Sildurs Vibrant Shaders, and the light version is probably the best low-end shader available at the moment. But from what I can see, it's just too saturated and it just feels cheap. But you can always use the extreme version if you want decent quality. But at night time, regardless of the version, this shader looks horrible. Next, and one of my favorite shaders, is Complementary Shaders, and all I can say is that it just looks awesome at night time or at daytime, but it may be slightly resource intensive. The next one, and probably the shader I used the most before I discovered Complementary, is BSL Shaders. By default, the shader looks absolutely garbage, but all you have to do is change some settings, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. The next one, and probably the most resource intensive shader, is called SEUS Shaders, and for how much resource it consumes, it looks absolutely garbage. I literally hate this shader, so unless you can make it look better through some settings, I don't recommend using it. The next one, and probably the most resource intensive shader, is called Voyager, and for how much resource it consumes, it looks absolutely awesome. From the colors to the lighting to literally everything, except for my FPS after I use it. Now here's my personal setup. For the intro I usually use barebones and BSL or complementary shaders, and for the rest of the vid I use different packs including the Techno Pack, Floor 48, Prism 16x and Furfsky. Also I recommend switching between packs every few months because looking at the same pack for months is absolutely boring.